your mind just races a million miles an hour and you're trying to decide where to bowl to MS Dhoni when he's just hit you for 6 over square leg, and you're like, okay. Hi, I'm Stephen Finn and I'm here today at the Watford training ground with Rob Elliot and Tom Cleverley, who I've been trustfully told love cricket and enjoy cricket. Lads, nice to meet you. Nice to be here. How you doing?
Yeah, very well. Excited to talk cricket with an expert.
Yeah, I wish I was an expert. I've been masquerading as an expert for the last 15 years. So, how did you boys get into cricket, Tom?
Yeah, so I'm from quite a big cricket town, big cricket school. Played for the school team and the local team. Opened the batting, all of that probably giving myself a bit too much credit, and bowled quite a bit of leg spin. So
leg spin, really?
Yeah,
you have a good
yeah, enjoyed it. No, I did not, but yeah,
mate,
really enjoyed it.
Handy commodity to have in world cricket now. Leg spinner who slogs them at the top of the order. Were you a slogger?
No, I wasn't at all. I was quite a
proper.
Yeah, just dab it around, and I was quick between the wickets. So.
That's okay.
So yeah, no, I loved it, and then my dad was a cricket man, and followed it ever since. So.
Oh, nice. And Rob?
Yeah, similar. Played at school, and then joined a local club. And to be fair, I've played even through playing football. I play in the summer and go nets and that, just because it's quite a nice release from football, something completely different. And obviously, we don't have too many lads to talk to about it, do we? But no, and then obviously try and get to as many games as possible. It's just such a good social day out, and it's so good socially, cricket as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
you can watch an entire day's cricket and not actually watch that much cricket.
Yeah, I've done that a few times. But no, it's the same thing, so just always enjoy it, and it's good crack as well, isn't it?
He had a good day at the test match with Steve Harmison
Yeah,
recently.
I got Harmied. It was good. He's a legend. Obviously, when I was up at Newcastle, I was lucky enough to be introduced to Harmy and Woody and a few of the guys there, and obviously growing up watching that test team, even yourself, and meeting the lads, and it's great to see how they are. They just get you involved, and everyone's so welcoming, weren't they, with the cricket? It seems to be like a nice balance between football and cricket, doesn't it? So it seems to go really well hand in hand.
Yeah, no, cricket is a social sport. I mean, we're lucky. I mean, the guys now actually don't get to go out and be as sociable as maybe we did 10 years ago, which is a shame. So some of my favourite memories were like going out and celebrating with fans and stuff after test matches. Had some great nights doing that. But anyway, we digress. Move on to the T20 World Cup. Have you guys got any hot tips for who's going to win the T20 World Cup or who's going to go far in the tournament?
Nah, listen, I'm really excited about England's batting lineup, as I'm sure everyone else is. I think it's got so much power and very aggressive, and I'm excited to watch that next week. Obviously, India are going to be strong and probably start the tournament as favourites. And like we were talking before, I think the West Indies have got a lot of individuals suited to this format, so they could be a bit of a surprise package.
Yeah, they turn up, don't they? Have you got a favourite player in the England team, favourite batter?
I like Livingston from watching the 100 recently. I'm excited to see how he goes, and from doing a bit of captaincy myself, I love Owen Morgan. I know he's not in the best form from the IPL, but I love watching the way he leads from the front, and how calm he is under pressure and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's certainly unbelievable at that. It's one of the things I think he's done since he's been captain, is brought in a mantra about how to play it. It's a bit different with cricket and football about how the captain actually leads the way in terms of the way the team plays, whereas in football maybe it's the manager who does that and leads the direction. But Owen Morgan, since he's become captain, has led that team. So I'm sure during a big tournament he'll turn up, or I hope he does. Anyway, Rob, any tips?
No, I mean, obviously, yeah, it's exciting to watch England play, isn't it? Especially in that format, they talk about what Morgan's done and the players, and they just seem to keep producing these talents. And just when you think can these lads do any more, and someone like Livingston comes along and just takes it to another level. Obviously, it goes without saying, India with Kohli, and you can never ever write them off. They're always going to be favourites at any tournament they're at. New Zealand at the moment seem to be clicking at every format. Yeah, so hopefully it's quite balanced, and I think with all the T20 tournaments around the world, there's sort of, I don't think there's any real favourites, is there? I mean, everyone will fancy themselves at any stage. You know, Pakistan always seem to, they can always throw a few surprises in there and stuff. So no, I'm just really looking forward to it, to be honest. Especially after the last few years, with what's happened the last couple of years, it'd be nice to get back to watching the big tournaments and watching the big players on the stage.
Yeah, it's been a shame, isn't it, not to have any World Cup cricket over the last couple of years. But you're right, the tournament in general is a T20 tournament. The format's like so condensed that one person can have a day out, which is why it's so exciting for someone like Liam Livingstone to come in and potentially just take the game away from the other team within 5 or 6 overs. If he bats for 5 or 6 overs, it's so dangerous.
The one time where we had literally everyone round a phone screen, I remember I think we were in Austria on pre-season on the 50 over World Cup against New Zealand, the final, and literally foreign boys who had no idea what was going on, why they're running in between, were all enthralled around this one screen watching it. So yeah, that was a time when it probably brought everyone together.
Yeah, it was insane, wasn't it? The atmosphere and everything around the country when that happened. When Stokes did the deflection down to the boundary, and no one knew, even the umpires didn't know what was going on there. But that's actually the last time that the team played in a world tournament, was in that World Cup final. So I know, and a lot of the team are actually in this T20 World Cup team as well. So hopefully people can get behind them.
Yeah, it's a shame that there's not going to be full capacity stadiums going mad, because I'm sure that would have been unbelievable as well.
Yeah, India's an insane place to play cricket. I mean, there's some stadiums there that house like 120,000 people, all just screaming and shouting. It's like white noise around you when you're out there. I mean, it's probably the same when you guys are playing massive games.
Are conditions as different as people say they are?
Yeah, well, there's like a number of things, like just the heat and the humidity of it. So like here you play and it's like, on a nice day it's 20 degrees, but there it's like 40 degrees, and then add that on top of like 100,000 people in a bowl on top of you. It just gets so hot, and actually hard to think. Like, I don't know whether you guys find that if it's like hot and there's a big crowd and stuff, like your mind just races a million miles an hour and you're trying to decide where to bowl to MS Dhoni when he's just hit you for 6 over square leg, and you're like, okay, I need to try and take a breath here. Like, so it's like there's a lot of different things, and then obviously the conditions of the pitch as well. It's a lot more spin friendly, which doesn't quite go into my wheelhouse, being a fast bowler. But yeah, you sort of find yourself stood around in the field watching the spinners bowl a lot of the time whilst you're out there in India. But the conditions are so different to what we have here in England.
That must be tough though, isn't it? Because you know, like, even before you start, you obviously want to take wickets and be aggressive, but you already know that you're starting. It's not like you're in England on a nice green in June or something, is it? But
no, you book yourselves in for some long hot days in the field when you're over there. But the atmosphere is one of the things. Like, there's been times where I've been bowling in India to Dhoni and Kohli, and you're trying to set a field with your captain, and I'm this far away and you have to scream into each other's ears because you just can't hear what's going on. So like, when you're the captain, people have to watch you the whole time, and like when you're fielding, you just have to look at the captain in case he wants to move you 5 or 10 yards. Like, screaming and shouting doesn't work over there because it's so loud. It's insane. So, crunch time, lads. We'll need a definitive answer from you. Who is going to win the T20 World Cup, and who's the final going to be between?
I'm going to go England's batting lineup to blitz the tournament, and us to beat India in the final.
I'm happy with that. Rob?
Yeah, I'm going to cut, copy and paste. I think that's what we want to see, England India in the final. Yeah, I'm not sure who'd win it, to be honest with you, but I think I would lean towards England. I just think that batting lineup, they've got so many that they can all come off. If one of them comes off, it can take the game away. So yeah, very biased. No. But yeah, we'll go.
Sorry to our friends at Odisha.
No, I completely agree. I think there's a number of teams who could do well. Like Australia generally do okay in world tournaments, but I don't see them as being as strong as they have been before. Pakistan could turn up. We've got some really exciting players, but again, I think that the strength of England and India together, I think, is going to be too much.
Oh, you know what to do. Subscribe here.